Welcome to the instructional video on how to use free Pixlr software to edit photos like a pro. In this video, we're going to go over how to access Pixlr and a few of the neat photo editing tools at your disposal. This is a pretty fast-paced video, so don't hesitate to pause or rewind it if you're following along in another window, which is a great way to practice. You'll also get practice in the assignment for this course, so there will be step-by-step directions that you can follow when you get to that point in the module. Let's dive right in. To get started, go to Pixlr.com on your desktop computer. Once you've gone to Pixlr.com, you'll click the downward arrow to reveal the two editing tools, Pixlr Editor and Pixlr Express. Pixlr Editor is a great deal like Photoshop, so if you're familiar with those tools, you might feel more comfortable selecting the Pixlr Editor tool. If you're new to photo editing and just want to do some basic touch-ups or resizing, I recommend selecting Pixlr Express as its user interface is a bit more intuitive. For this demonstration, we're going to use Pixlr Express. Once you've launched Pixlr Express, you'll be able to select a photo a couple of different ways. You can either browse your computer for an image file that you have already, provide the URL where the image is located, or even take a new photo with your webcam. If your goal is to make a collage, you'll select the collage option, as that will allow you to upload multiple photos to edit at once. For now, we're going to select Browse so we can edit a sample photo we already have on our computer. Then My Pictures folder under Libraries. You should have access to your sample pictures here. I like to use the jellyfish photo. Now that you have your first photo uploaded, let's check out some of our editing tools. We can make an adjustment to our photo, apply an effect, or we can add some items like an overlay, stickers, or even type some text. Let's look into the adjustment category, as this has most of the editing tools we'll use. You can doodle on a photo, or layer an image using the first two functions, or you can crop your photo, resize it, rotate it, or simply select Autofix to apply some automatic minor touch-ups. You can also adjust the color and other overall aesthetics using the options here. And if you want to get rid of that red eye in your photos, just select the red eye tool, or select Heal or Airbrush to smooth over blemishes. You can play with other neat effects here, but one of the most important tools you'll find is the History tool. This allows you to selectively revert your edits to the photo's original state. I'll show you what I mean. Let's change the overall color of our photo. Now we'll apply it. Now let's use the History tool to revert back parts of the color to the original state. You can even change the size of the brush to cover a larger or smaller area. When you're finished, click Apply. Now let's try adding an image of a chrysanthemum from the sample photos. We'll reduce the opacity to let the jellyfish show through. Now let's reveal the jellyfish even more by using the History tool. If you overdo it with the History tool, just use the eraser to erase the effect. Now we'll hit Apply when we're done. Let's crop the image just a bit so we can make the jelly the main focal point. The grid lines allow us to center it nicely. Now we can even choose to resize the image so that it fits better on a website, for example. We're going to leave the size the way it is by clicking Undo, but you can see how easy it is to adjust. So here's our image so far. Looks a little weird, but we're having fun, right? Let's rotate our image. And now give it a focal point. Now let's check out the different effects we can play with. We've got some interesting creative options that look pretty neat. I like the Helena one, so let's stick with that. I can adjust the percentage of the effect here. I like how it looks at 80%, so let's apply it. We can add more than one effect, so let's look at some of the soft options. I like the Jessica look, and I like it so much I'm going to stick with 100%. You get the idea, so let's apply it and move on to overlays. Adding an overlay is a lot like adding an image, but instead of adding your own image to the photo, you can choose from some of these stock images you'd like to add. Let's see the space category. See how the Alferk overlay changes the whole look? I'm going to go a little lighter. Let's say about 60%. And remember that history tool? Let's use it to remove the effect from one of the panels and see how that looks. We can add borders, or stickers, and we can experiment with text as well. And we can always undo these changes. Okay, I'm reasonably happy with my image, so now I'm ready to save my photo. Click Save in the top left. I can rename my image, make sure the quality is at 100%, and hit Save to select where we want the image to go. I'll save it right back into my pictures library so I can find it easily again, but you can always save it onto your desktop too. And there you have it. Editing photos with Pixlr is a breeze. You've been able to log into Pixlr, select your editing tool, and make some pretty major changes to your photo. You are also able to save your photo so you can send it or upload it later, anywhere you'd like. That's it for Pixlr. Remember, there's a great mobile app you can check out too, so be sure to try it out sometime. If you have any questions or need additional support, just email training@hartnell.edu. Thanks for watching.